us if they're watching.
Yes, please.
Okay, this syncs our bioenergy field. It syncs our body, our biology. It syncs our heartbeat and our brain all at once. Okay, cross your right ankle over your left. Take your right hand, put it underneath the left armpit. Left hand on top. Turn your head to the left and your body to the right. We're going to take 6 breaths together, 3 through the mouth and 3 through the nose. So breathe in. 2, 3, through the nose. 2, 3.
Wow, thank you so much.
You see that?
So different vibe.
Well, it feels like we're closer together, right?
So much closer together.
But it also feels like the rest of the world's farther away. So we've sunk into a little bubble, call it a frequency bubble, and that actually brings us into coherence so that our biology and our physiology, along with our electricity, is actually working together. So you can actually map this out. There's equipment like Heart Math Institute that you can actually see that our heart and our brain are in coherence now.
Amazing. Well, it's such an honor to have Garry Lineham with us from humangarage.net. And then we're here at the I'm Summit Creation for your big show that's coming up. So if you're around in Bali, come tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah, we're going to be doing something special tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because of the energy of the people, the practice of people, like we have over 50 million people practicing online. We have 5 million on educations and platforms and stuff like that. But when people do this practice, all of a sudden something sinks them in, and it's highly addictive because it connects them to something greater than themselves, outside of themselves. It's a little hard to describe. There is no real science behind it, but what we have is we have tens of millions of people around the world that are using this, everywhere from children in schools all the way up to the top athletes on the planet. I mean the top. And what they found is that when we bring our bioelectric field, call it your aura, in alignment with the biology, our nervous system, we get instant performance. And other than performance, what does that mean? That means my stress, my anxiety, my racing thoughts are all going away. My muscle imbalance, my pain, my aches start to go away. And that's what happened when we sank up here just in 6 breaths.
Just by working on fascia, which is another scientific topic that's got still untapped, right?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm probably one of the people in the world that knows how to work with fascia. One of the better people in the world.
And I really appreciate you for doing that, because a lot of biohackers also, like Dave Asprey, for example, come to you and say like, fix me, because the fascia is not anymore that things that calls the muscles and things. It's so much more. It calls the stressors. There's a muscle memory. It's actually a fascia memory, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the water we drink actually goes into this crystalline structure, right? That's made of fascia.
There you go. What is fascia? From a biological standpoint, it's the 4th phase of water. Now, Gerald Pollack, we're supposed to be 80% water, and I don't know if you ever felt that's 80% water, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's what we were supposed to be. 30 years ago, the average human was 70% water. Today we're 60% water. So as we dehydrate, so disease goes up. But drinking more water doesn't mean hydration.
Right.
As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite effect. And assume that you're 60 to 80% water. When you cut yourself, you don't leak out water. So what does that water look like inside your body? It's in this gelatinous form, and in between that, there's this web that goes that transports that water, and that web and that water together is your fascia. And what you're doing is so important, because what the world is trying to get their head around is when you drink water that's dead. And what I mean by dead, it's H2O. You should never consume H2O. H2O is literally dangerous to consume.
Right. Because it damages your kidneys as well. Right?
Kidneys, your nervous system, your stomach. It robs from your body, because H2O is a solvent. But H3O2, which is hydrogen-rich structured water, which you have, and which, by the way, best water I have. Look, I have literally been around. I have never had water like what you have. It is the best water I've ever had commercially.
Wow.
And
Wow.
even
Okay.
it's, I have my own machines and stuff like that, but
Oh,
this
you
is still
travel with a lot of things
I
with your.
travel the hydrogen machine.
Yeah, because it's the importance of staying hydrated with good quality water, right?
Well, again, if we are drinking water, we're not hydrating. We're actually depleting ourselves. And this is what people don't realize. So we go, we say, I'm dehydrated. We go to a doctor, we do something like that. And then the answer is drink more water. But there are two things that people need to know. Number one is the water has to be structured. So it has to have hydrogen in it. The benefits of water, your body produces 10 liters of hydrogen per day when you're completely healthy, like a baby coming out.
Mm,
Under even a moderate amount of stress, that 10 liters drops to 5 liters.
mm-hmm,
Under a lot of stress, it drops to 1 to 2 liters. Now, hydrogen is super important because hydrogen goes after free radicals and
mm-hmm,
it's an antioxidant. But you can eat antioxidants like blueberries and acai and all those things. But those antioxidants go after all free radicals, but not
right.
all free radicals are bad. The one
Mm-hmm,
that you want to get is the hydroxy free radical. Now, the hydroxy free radical is the one that oxidizes your blood. And what does that
mm-hmm,
mean? If you took an apple and you cut it in half and it oxidizes,
right.
it goes brown. That's oxidization. That's what happens every time you breathe. You oxidize. And your body has to get rid of that waste. And that's the most toxic of all of the waste. So breathing is the most toxic thing that you can do.
If
But
if we're full of oxidative stress and free radicals in our
well,
blood, right?
but if you breathe too much, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to oxidize. If you get too much oxygen, you're going to oxidize. But your body needs the hydrogen to balance it off.
Mhm,
So if you're not, the average person's in a lot of stress, the environment, their body's dehydrated, they're not functioning right. So they require an external or an exogenous source of
mhm,
hydrogen. And you can, and I want to be everybody to hear this. You can go to a mountain stream, drink the water, get in the water, and you're in hydrogen water. But as soon as that water is transported, shipped, put in, processed, and put in
mhm,
into a water delivery system, it loses all its benefits.
mhm,
So this is why what you're doing is so important for people to take first of all hydrogen, water, and then need one other thing that everybody else in the world is missing. It's the secret, which you're now putting in your water. You need silica, and you need 600 milligrams a day to combat the environmental toxins that are out
mhm,
there. And
mhm.
if you just use hydrogen rich water and you take silica, roughly 2/3 of all the health complaints that somebody has will disappear within the third month.
Wow. Wow. We figure out that there is this concept of adding different naturally occurring substances to the water with the hydrogen as a lightest molecule as a communicator between DNA and
Like
RNA.
HCl.
HOCl. So what it
And
does, it supports the type 2 diabetes. It clears the belly from what is called belly when we
yeah,
have a high oxidative stress, high parasites, high toxins in our body. It just does the miracle, and it's really simple. We're just going back to the pure nature in a way. But
yeah.
but what I really love about your work, and I'm sure like millions of people that follow you do that, is combining this with the fascia movement. It's just we require that other part of equation where we go into movement and we stretch those things
We've got to
that
move the
hold us
tissue, and that's
tissue.
why my tissue feels the way it is. We've got to move the tissue from the external down because
Mhm,
when the water and the nutrients going through our body, most people are already too hard. That top layer, the water just slides off it like it slides off of a marble floor. It
yeah.
doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't absorb.
Hmm.
It's not porous, and that tissue is where we're holding what becomes our disease in the future.
So we want to move the tissues and make sure that its hydrogen goes in, that the oxygen goes in, that really hydrates. And another thing that you mentioned that we also do is using bath water
Hydrogen
with the
bath.
hydrogen, and we have the
It is the
structure,
best
right?
delivery mechanism. There is nothing that's better than a hydrogen bath. That's why that's literally why I can get hydrogen water on the road.
Right.
I carry it for the bath. I bath twice a day, especially when I'm working with people.
Well, I'm looking forward to welcoming you to the hot stone and for you to experience pure hydrogen bath.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Listen, I mean, I go out of my way
Right.
because I carry a machine around
Oh
this
my
big
god.
so that I have hydrogen bath because what I found, and here's something that if somebody's never had a hydrogen bath before, the felt experience of it after 30 minutes is they feel high like they're doing drugs. One of the things that you notice is that your voice sounds like it's echoing. You all of a sudden you realize that you're talking too much. You feel light on your feet,
Wow,
and
wow.
all your joints feel light. And so this is what I have. The athletes that I work with, I mean, they range all over, and you just name the top athlete in the world, and they're poking at us or asking us questions, or we're working with some of them. And you just, I'm not going to say who, but you can go in the media, you can figure it out
Right.
yourself. Just type me in athletes, and you'll see. But the most powerful thing that we give them for recovery is a hydrogen bath, and it beats every other thing, anti-inflammatory, every other modality, even beats fascial maneuvers. The hydrogen bath literally
Wow.
takes the oxidative stress out of the tissue that you're going to stretch, and that stress, oxidative stress, is causing the tissue to contract. So it lets it go. Then you do a fascial maneuver.
It's because of epidermis is our second largest organ after fascia, right?
Yes,
The skin being
the skin.
epidermis. Yeah.
Yeah, and um, if you really want to get to it, the fascia itself, extends past the body because it's proprioception. We feel stuff that, like, we duck when something's coming, we don't even know it's coming. That's not our brain moving our muscles in our body. And people say, oh, that's quick intuition, good sense. What is good sense? What is being in the zone? What is the field? That field technically is an extension of your fascia, kind of like your hair is to your body. Your fascia extends out there, and when you're properly hydrated, you can actually feel your edges. That's what the athletes say to me.
Yeah, they feel the edges, they feel the stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
edges out here.
And it's just like intuitively sensed. So I'm always curious to learn from you what so many things that you've been doing, and I'm curious what else is happening in Human Garage. I know you guys launch your practitioner programs, that you have thousands of people on board, that you're planning retreats, and most importantly, I've been hearing that you're cooking something. I know you have a background in data science, data
Yeah,
engineering. You've been in machine learning for
sure.
ages, right?
Long time.
And now it feels like people are waking up. It's like AI, AI. It's like underappreciated, overhyped thing. So I just heard something, but I want to hear from you, from your mouth, like what's cooking with the AI and human design or
There's
data science that
there's
you're doing.
a there's a lot of things. Number one is through your camera on your phone, or through your computer, your camera on your computer, we can assess very quickly by looking at the tone and texture of your body, your iridology, your eyes, the way you move, the way you nod your head, your tone and the inflection of your tone, because your tone tells you your stress level of your body.
Right.
And your tone is more accurate. Your voice is more accurate than a fingerprint to biologically identify.
Fascinating, right?
Fascinating, I say. So we have a tool that can look at you and actually tell you what's going on with your body right away, and it's more accurate than any diagnosis at any doctor.
So you're using multimodal AI,
Yeah,
capturing this computer vision and
and
going
then
really in a
recommend,
vertical, right?
and then driving you into habits and behaviors and things that you can actually do.
Which are hyper personalized instead of just like
Right.
getting the anything.
Right. And, for me, I just did fascial maneuvers, and my 35-year, I did them 20 to 30 minutes a day. My 35-year and journey of pain and millions of dollars to practitioners ended. That's why I stopped being a practitioner, because if I did it that way, then it's disingenuous for me to still treat
Right.
people. But on top of that, we are learning about people in a new way. And what that means is we're learning through AI and predictive models. We're getting data and information that helps us understand how to train and coach people into their own success and health. And you don't have to even have a computer to do this, because by participating in our programs, and by doing this, you're actually contributing to a collective knowledge database.
Absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much, Gary, for doing what you do. Thank you for coming again to Bali. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in across Startup Grind Networks. Please come join us at I'm Creation Summit if you're in Bali, or stay tuned for more fascinated
And
people.
tomorrow, come for the experience at just around 2 o'clock. We have an experience coming, so you can still get a 1-day ticket. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.